The first time Captain Elias Arden saw her, she was crouched on the black stone ridge of Orias-IV, her figure silhouetted against the sulfur skies. The planet was dead by most definitions. No breathable atmosphere, no liquid water, a place riddled with storms that scoured its surface to shards. And yet she was alive, an alien unlike any he had ever seen. Her skin glowed faintly, as though the veins beneath pulsed with a bioluminescent current. Her hair fell in strands that seemed more like delicate fronds, catching the stormlight. When Elias approached, careful but curious, her eyes flared like molten amber. "Don't touch me," she said, her voice both melodic and sharp. "I'll kill you with a single brush." She spread her fingers, and Elias saw them glitter with a faint iridescence. Toxins, maybe, or something worse. But Elias, reckless, stubborn, and deeply human, only chuckled. He lifted his gloved hand and extended it toward her. "Then it's a good thing," he said, smiling faintly, "that I've never believed in keeping my distance." To the warning, the alien didn't take his hand. She recoiled as if his gesture itself burned. "You don't understand," she said. "I was engineered for this. My body carries death to anything that isn't of my kind. A brush of skin, and your cells will collapse, your heart will fail, your mind will bleed into silence." Elias let his hand fall back to his side, though the smile never left him. "That's a heavy burden to carry. What's your name?" The alien tilted her head, her expression unreadable. "Names are dangerous," she whispered. "But you may call me Serenya." The name clung to the air like perfume. Elias repeated it quietly, rolling the syllables over his tongue. He knew then that this encounter wasn't a brief one. It was the beginning of something that would change him forever. 3 strangers. Elias's ship, the Dauntless, was anchored in orbit around Orias-IV. Officially, he was there to chart mineral reserves. Unofficially, he was running from the failures of his past. A mutiny he had barely quelled, a family he had long since abandoned to the stars, and the kind of loneliness that only captains knew. Serenya, however, had no ship. When he asked where she had come from, she only looked toward the horizon, where the storm clouds bled violet lightning. "I was made here," she said at last. "Not born. Not in the way you understand it." The word gnawed at him. Who would create something like her? Why build a creature meant to kill by touch? Over days, Elias returned again and again to that ridge. Serenya never left it. They talked, not always easily, but with a strange urgency. He told her of Earth, of oceans and trees, of birds wheeling in the blue. She told him of laboratories buried in stone, of voices that ordered her to endure pain so they could perfect her body, and of escape. "They called me a weapon," she said one evening as stormlight washed across her face. "And so I ran before they could use me." Elias said nothing. He only looked at her, and for the first time in years, felt the stirrings of something like faith. For the touch. It was inevitable, of course. One night, when the storms had calmed, Serenya sat close to him. Not touching, never touching, but close enough that Elias could see the shimmer of her skin, could feel the strange warmth radiating from her. She trembled as she spoke. "Do you not fear me? Every instinct in you must scream that I am lethal." Elias leaned back on his palms, gazing at the cracked stars above. "Fear?" He shrugged. "I've seen death, lived beside it, lost friends to it. You're not death, Serenya. You're life, whether you believe it or not." Her eyes shone, and something within her broke. She raised her hand as though to touch him, but stopped, her fingers quivering in the air between them. "If I touch you, then we'll find out if the universe meant for us to meet," Elias said. and so she lowered her hand. It brushed against the edge of his glove. For a heartbeat nothing happened. And then she gasped, pulling back. The glove had blackened. The material bubbled where her skin had met it, as though it had been burned by acid. "Elias!" she cried, her voice raw with terror. He lifted his hand, flexing it slowly. The glove was ruined, but his hand beneath remained untouched. Not a blister, not a wound. "You didn't kill me," he said softly. "Looks like you're not poison to everything after all." Tears welled in her eyes, bright as molten metal. She looked at him with awe, with horror, with a hunger she could not name. The pursuit. They didn't have long. The lab she had escaped from had tracked her signal. Within days, ships descended through the sulfur skies, bristling with weapons. Serenya stood at the ridge when the first of them arrived, her body tense. "They will take me back," she said. "And they will kill you for helping me." Elias grinned, though his heart hammered. "They'll have to catch me first." He smuggled her aboard the Dauntless. The ship's crew, hardened but loyal, stared at her with open fear. Elias silenced them with a glance. "She's with us," he said, as though that settled everything. When the pursuing ships opened fire, Elias dove the Dauntless into Orias-IV's storm belts. Lightning slammed across the hull, alarms screamed, but the ship held. In the chaos, Serenya clutched Elias's arm, not bare skin to skin but close enough. "Why do you risk this?" she demanded. "You owe me nothing." Elias's jaw tightened. "Maybe I've been waiting my whole life for someone worth risking everything for." 6. Revelation. As they fled deeper into the system, Serenya began to change. Her glow dimmed. Her strength waned. One night, as she lay on the medbay cot, Elias sat beside her. "You're dying," he said. She nodded faintly. "My body was engineered to burn bright and brief. Without their treatments I cannot last. I thought freedom was worth the price, but now," her eyes flicked to him, "now I wish for more." Elias felt something shatter in his chest. He had thought himself long past the ability to ache for another. But watching her fade was unbearable. He made a decision. "We'll go back," he said. "Not to surrender you, but to steal whatever they use to keep you alive." Her hand reached out, hesitant, trembling, and this time he caught it in his. Skin to skin. And still he did not die. Her eyes widened. "Elias, it's impossible." "Maybe," he said with a tired smile. "Or maybe I'm exactly what you were made for." 7. The storm of fire. They returned to Orias-IV under fire. The labs were hidden beneath obsidian cliffs, armored by storms. Elias led the charge with his crew, but Serenya fought beside them. For the first time she unleashed what she was made for. Her touch melted steel, unraveled soldiers' armor, burned through weapons. She was fire incarnate, and though death clung to her, Elias stayed close, untouched by her lethal power. Inside the deepest chamber, they found it. Vials of shimmering liquid, machines that pulsed with a hum of false life. Serenya trembled as she looked at them. "These are my chains," she whispered. "Or your second chance," Elias said. She turned to him, searching his face. "If I take them, I'll live. But I'll remain what they made me. If I refuse, I die free." Elias took her hands gently in his. "Or maybe we find another way. Together."